Hi everyone, Marlene Braun, Realtor here in Kelowna. Recently I posted a video following a consent order I signed after being bullied by the Real Estate Council of BC. The reason for the video was to defend my reputation, but it also served as a warning to all realtors licensed in the province of BC as to how our current Real Estate Council is operating and will continue to operate, unless realtors and others who support us speak up. Professional misconduct, true professional misconduct, should be punished. Intentionally misleading a client, I believe, should result in expulsion from the industry. However, in many cases, the body that regulates us is not differentiating between mistakes made by a good realtor and the malicious and intentional actions of the bad ones. There is a difference, and it is important that members of Real Estate Council understand that difference. When there are instances where frivolous complaints from the public have the potential to unfairly damage a realtor's reputation, it is time to make changes to how BC Real Estate Council members are chosen or appointed. In 2016, when the Independent Advisory Group, IAG, appointed by the provincial government suggested 28 sweeping changes to the real estate industry, most realtors were concerned mainly about number 2, the banning of dual agency. While there are different opinions between realtors when it comes to dual agency, we now realize that there are 2 other important changes that should have concerned us much more. Those changes were number 18 in the IAG report, that the Real Estate Council improves the transparency of its complaints and disciplinary process and the resulting outcomes. We have seen instances where the council releases pretty one-sided consent orders that were reluctantly agreed to by realtors out of fear of extremely high hearing costs following the heavy-handed correspondence from the Real Estate Council. Correspondence that was in some cases paramount to bullying tactics. The realtor's defense, however, often valid, is never seen by the public. I would argue in some cases not even addressed by the council. Number 19 in the recommendation list, that the government amend the act to require that 50% of council members be non-industry members. Excuse me. The issue becomes then, who is handling public complaints, and are those people qualified to give those complaints the consideration they deserve? Having people from outside our industry play judge and jury is simply unfair to our industry and makes no sense. How can a realtor be judged by someone who has little or no knowledge of our day-to-day trade? How can they fully grasp a situation that they've never encountered? The recommendation that 50% of council be non-real estate industry members is bad enough, but currently only 3 of the 16 serving council members are from organized real estate. This government has ignored its own committee's recommendations. Besides the 3 real estate industry members, we have council members who are listed with the following business experience on the Real Estate Council website. A developer of nonprofit and community housing who co-authored a report for the BC government. A CEO from Consumer Protection of BC CEO Tourism BC. A registered professional planner, project manager from the City of Ottawa, a compliance manager, WorkSafe BC, a vice president of an urban planning firm, a president of training and human resources, a 35-year civil servant, an accountant. The list goes on, you get my point. How are these individuals qualified to regulate our industry? We have nothing personal against the corporate occupations or people on council, but this council makeup is just not right. Our real estate industry, with the cooperation of the government of BC, can do better than our current council makeup. Appointed members can and should be industry related. Council should be comprised solely of the most respected, diligent, ethical members of the real estate industry, both current or former, and real estate lawyers, people who know this industry. There is no doubt there are hundreds of qualified, experienced individuals who could be appointed to council who can and will protect the public while treating our profession fairly as well. Let's speak up and work to create a Real Estate Council of BC that protects the public while still treating our industry fairly. We have often heard the term witch hunt used by realtors when discussing how this council is operating and punishing victims of complaints. This term emphasizes how broken the council's current system is. The system may have been broken before the IAG report. Maybe our industry could have done more to self-regulate. I don't know. Like many realtors, when the changes were being discussed and introduced, I paid little attention as I was busy working. In hindsight, that was a mistake. Now it's time to pay attention. If you are a realtor in BC, if you are a member of the public in BC who has used a realtor and appreciate their work, if you are in a profession that benefits from our industry, mortgage brokers, lawyers, photographers, home stagers, home inspectors, and the list goes on, we are asking for your support. Please sign this online petition requesting that the government of BC revisits how the Real Estate Council of BC's members are chosen and appointed. We are asking for fair treatment and to be judged by members of the real estate industry while still under the regulation of the province. This is workable and fair to realtors and to the public. We ask that you sign this petition and ask people you know to do the same so that we can forward to the leaders of real estate in BC to present to the provincial government. We need a council and a superintendent of real estate who can be fair to realtors while protecting the consumer. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. Thanks for your support.